This is the BLUETTI AC200L portable power station. My genuine first impression, it feels like a serious power tool disguised as a battery box. Not flashy, just built to move a lot of clean power fast. And that's exactly how it behaves once you start plugging things in. Key features that stood out to me are the 2048 watt Life PO4 battery, a 2400 watt pure sine wave inverter with a 3600 watt power lifting mode for tough resistive loads, a native 30A RV TT30 outlet, and two 100 watt USB-C PD ports that actually hit full speed. It takes up to 2400 watts from a wall outlet with no power brick, so going from nearly empty to 80% happens in about 45 minutes. Solar input tops out at 1200 watts through an MPPT controller with a wide 245 volt range, which makes panel wiring much easier. It also works as a UPS with a fast 20 millisecond switchover. If you outgrow the 2 kilowatt-hour capacity, you can expand it with BLUETTI batteries up to 8,192 watt-hours. In my opinion, this combination of high output and very fast recharging is what sets it apart. From my experience, the raw power is legit. I ran a 1500 watt space heater in the garage while also charging a laptop over USB-C and topping up a camera battery. No hiccups, no funky voltage dips, just steady output. Power lifting is a real utility feature. It let me run a stubborn electric kettle that usually trips smaller stations. The unit drops output voltage slightly to keep current in check, and the app makes toggling this mode straightforward. I also tested shop tools. An orbital sander session for roughly 20 minutes knocked the battery down only about 6%, which is right in line with what I was hoping to see for light job site work. The RV side is clearly a focus. That TT30 outlet means I can plug straight in without a bulky adapter. The regulated 12-volt car port stays at a steady voltage for fridges and routers, and there's a 48 volts ADAT DC output that pairs with BLUETTI's D40 regulator to charge an RV house battery properly. If you live part-time out of a van or trailer, this kind of native support matters. It simplifies the kit and reduces the number of little boxes you have to carry. Charging is where the AC200L feels different. Pulling 2,400 watts from the wall with just a standard cable is a big quality of life upgrade. No brick to haul, no extra heat source lying on the floor. On turbo mode, fans spool up, but the noise is more of a soft whoosh. I measured it subjectively as quiet enough to have a normal conversation next to it. In standard mode, it's a bit slower but easier on the ears. Silent mode is handy at night. It trades speed for low fan noise, and I use that while working in a small office without it being distracting. With solar, my 4x200 watt array performed best on a cool sunny day, hitting around 900 to 1050 watt midday, and getting from roughly 20% to full in a couple of hours. The MPPT tracked well even with passing clouds. The UPS function works as advertised. I connected a desktop monitor and a small NAS, cut grid power, and nothing glitched. Pass-through means when the grid is on, you're not constantly cycling the battery, which is better for long-term health. Life EPO4 chemistry already gives you excellent longevity, over 3,000 cycles to 80% capacity, so treating the battery gently, plus the built-in protections, should carry this unit for many years. Now for the real-world quirks. The unit weighs a bit over 61 pounds. The handles are comfortable and well-placed, and the rubber feet keep it planted, but it's a two-hand carry for me. I think of it as transportable rather than portable. I also have to be mindful of weather. There's no official water or dust rating, and the manual says to keep it dry, so I avoid rain and gritty job site conditions. The ports have silicone covers, which help with dust when stored, but I still keep it in a protective case if I'm moving between camp and work. A few convenience features are missing. There's no wireless charging pad on top and no built-in LED light. Not deal breakers, but at this price, I noticed their absence. The included cables are another area to plan around. BLUETTI uses proprietary connectors for AC charging and certain DC inputs. They're solid, but aligning the keyed plug-in dim light can be finicky. I keep the cable pouch close because losing one of these would put charging plans on hold until a replacement arrives. Efficiency is great under medium to high loads, but I learned a lesson with small devices. Running low wattage gear through the AC outlets, like a 50-watt router or satellite kit, drains the battery faster than you'd expect because of inverter overhead. When I switched to the 12-volt DC output for similar low-draw devices, I got noticeably better runtime. If you're new to this, the rule of thumb is simple. Use DC for small DC devices whenever you can to avoid conversion losses. The app is a strong point with a couple of caveats. I like that it connects over Bluetooth and Wi-Fi so I can check status remotely. I use it to pick AC charging modes, toggle power lifting, and monitor in-out power at a glance. Port control is grouped though, which means all AC outlets come on or off together. I can't turn one outlet off from the app and leave the others on. There's also no manual setting for depth of discharge. The system reserves a small buffer automatically. On advanced scheduling, I ran into a quirk with time of use where it didn't always prioritize grid power the way I expected. I got around it by using the customized UPS settings with a narrow state of charge window. It worked, just took a minute to figure out. It's perfect for RV owners who want a true plug-and-play TT30 solution with fast charging between drives, homeowners who want a quick deploy backup that doubles as a UPS for essential gear, and anyone who needs a high-wattage inverter to run power tools, small cooking appliances, or a window AC for a short stretch. The fast wall charging makes it realistic to use hard in the morning and refill over lunch, which isn't common at this capacity. I'd recommend this for people who value high output, rapid recharging, and the option to scale up later with expansion batteries. If weight or weather exposure are your top concerns, or if you mostly need trickle power for tiny loads, there are smaller, lighter, or more weatherized options that might fit better. For me, the trade-offs are acceptable because the performance, headroom, and speed genuinely change how I plan power for trips and projects. In my opinion, BLUETTI nailed the core hardware. The inverter is strong, the battery chemistry inspires confidence, and the charging architecture feels modern. The app is useful, and despite a couple of software quirks, I got it dialed the way I like. I do wish for an IP rating and a couple of convenience luxuries, but the fundamentals are more important to me, and those are excellent. From my experience, the AC200L is reliable under real loads, quiet enough to live with indoors, and flexible across home, RV, and weekend project scenarios. The learning curve is quick if you're new. Pure sine wave means safe power for sensitive electronics. MPPT means the solar controller squeezes the most out of your panels automatically. UPS means your gear keeps running if the lights flicker. Power lifting is that safety valve for demanding heaters and kettles. And Life PO4 means you're not stressing the pack every time you cycle it. In conclusion, this is a heavy but highly capable power station that prioritizes performance and speed. If that's what you need, it delivers. If you need something to carry one-handed around a campsite all day, this isn't it. I'm keeping it in my kit because it solves actual problems without drama and gives me room to grow with expansion batteries down the road. I will share detailed information about the BLUETTI AC200L portable power station in the comments section. Everyone, thank you for watching.